Welcome everyone to another video from the Secrets of the Jedi canon book. For those unfamiliar with this series, here I break down an excerpt from the Secrets of the Jedi canon book that came out a few years ago, which is basically written from Luke Skywalker's point of view, like a diary, where he wrote about almost everything, whether it be the different Jedi of the Republic or galactic events from before he was born. And once I finish this series, there are 4 more books that focus on the Sith, bounty hunters, Wookiees, and clones that I'll get into next, so make sure to subscribe if that interests you at all. Let's get into it. While we've seen it happen plenty of times in Star Wars, for the most part, a character can't simply pick up a lightsaber and use it effortlessly. Most Jedi are trained from a young age how to wield the weapon in a safe and effective manner. Here's what Luke knows about lightsaber combat. I might have refused to train Rey in the ways of the Jedi at first, but that didn't stop me from keeping a close eye on my new visitor. As I observed her practicing her lightsaber technique on the cliffs of Ahch-To, I came to realize that she already possessed raw, yet impressive fighting skills, but anyone who gets their hand on a lightsaber can slice a few boulders in half. The true secret to mastering the Jedi's weapon is to use it in perfect unison with the Force. It's said that wielding a lightsaber is less like swinging a sword, and more like directing a current of power. When you're attuned to the Force, your thoughts and actions all become part of the same flow of energy, which is then directed through the kyber crystal and into your lightsaber's blade. But that kind of focus takes practice. In the days of the Jedi Order, younglings would study lightsaber combat from an early age at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, using low-powered lightsabers designed specifically for training. At first, their primary focus was defense, learning to block laser blasts while wearing a special helmet that obscured their sight. By doing so, they could learn to let the Force be their guide. Only after mastering their defensive arts could they begin to study the offensive techniques under the tutelage of some of the finest duelists that the Jedi Order had to offer. Obi-Wan once said lightsabers were an elegant weapon from a more civilized age, but even if they're not as clumsy or random as a blaster, lightsabers are just as deadly in the wrong hands. That's because they're capable of cutting through virtually anything, from the limbs of a wampa to the security doors of an Imperial Star Destroyer. Only a few types of armor have been designed to withstand the power of these blades. However, lightsabers can be deflected by other weapons carrying a strong electrical current. The blade of a lightsaber can be used to block attacks from another lightsaber or to repel incoming blaster fire. In the hands of a skilled master, a lightsaber blade can also be used to redirect the barrage of blasts right back at the enemy who fired them. Seasoned Jedi can even use their lightsaber to block attacks of Force lightning generated by Sith Lords. Something that I really liked from this passage was how Luke dives into what wielding a lightsaber is like. Although we've seen many non-Force sensitive people pick up a lightsaber and use it, like Han Solo for example, there's a clumsiness and roughness to it when they do. In order to capture its elegance, you have to be attuned to the Force, to be one with the blade, to use it as an extension of yourself, like Luke says. This is why it was so difficult for Din Djarin to use the Darksaber in The Mandalorian at first, because he approached it as yet another sword to be swung, not something with an essence of its own. Another point that also stood out to me was when Luke mentions the few types of armor capable of withstanding a lightsaber. Although this was written years ago, it falls perfectly in line with Chimere's Cortosis armor recently being revealed in The Acolyte. Don't really have much else to add there, but I thought it was a neat coincidence the way the passage and the series managed to align. Let me know what you think of this excerpt in the comments below. Remember to like the video, and subscribe for more videos breaking down this book. And remember to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Thank you all for watching, and remember, the Force will be with you. Always.